Hive, before we begin this week's episode, I want to let everyone know who purchased tickets to our live shows that we have went forward with canceling those shows. So if you bought tickets for Atlanta, San Francisco, Los Angeles, just know that those shows were canceled. In order for us to get you guys refunds on those tickets, the event had to be fully canceled. So just know, once we know that we're going to be able to go back on tour again, we will go ahead and make the announcement as we have all the time before our live shows. And just know, for those of you who had really good seats, you will be going ahead and getting your money back refunded from Ticketmaster. And so when we release dates again, you will have to repurchase. So guys, you are no longer need to hold your tickets. Those will go ahead and be refunded to you. So wanted to let you guys know that. I know a lot of you guys have been hitting us up and felt that we didn't answer. However, once again, these shows were not really put on by us, so we had to wait for Ticketmaster to make moves. So for all of those who bought tickets, we highly, highly, highly and greatly appreciate you doing so. But just so you know, you guys are getting that refund, and we'll be back live and at it as soon as we can. So wanted to let that be known before we start this week's episode. Now let's get on with the show. All right,
welcome
y'all.
Everybody.
What it do, motherfucker?
Monday. Nobody knows
what day it is. Like saying motherfucker. And I just want y'all to know these vocals gonna be hitting, because we joined today with a vocalist. And I don't know if she gonna hit y'all with the vocals, but just one time, just know I'm gonna do the ad libs like my ghost, bitch. We gonna do it like my ghost.
Wait, hold on.
How you gonna take my job?
Who the hell is my ghost?
I don't know who that is, but how she gonna take my
saying
job?
it like that, bitch. Okay, y'all hear two other voices. We have had them on our show before. Maybe, oh my God, what, like a year and a half ago or so? Maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while back.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I want to let you guys know that we are joined today. I was gonna say in the motherfucking studio, but we not. With two of my favorite ladies, Lex P and Drea Nicolee of the Poor Minds podcast.
Yay. And if you have never heard our podcast, we are Mandy and Weezy of the Horrible Decisions Pod. If you're listening for the first time today, this show is disgusting and these bitches are nasty too. So maybe skip down to an episode that, was about health or something, because this episode is about whole life.
I mean, it ain't really gonna be about too much whole life, but I thought, I think if anything, it's four girls. We all kind of raw and censored, and we all have, I think, quite a few different takes. So Weezy and I have both been guests on Poor Minds, and there were conversations where Drea and I ain't gonna hold you, I thought, bitch, we was gonna agree on everything, but we didn't.
I don't know why you thought that.
I mean,
why you don't?
Because I like a BDB too.
Yeah, why you wouldn't think we would agree?
Why? I mean, Mandy first of all, because Mandy likes some fresh out of high school. First of all,
yeah, I don't like no.
Actually, bitch, we in a group chat. Don't act like I ain't got 2 salt and peppers on the squad, bitch.
Finally, I'm proud of you,
bitch. You can't be 30 and still fucking high school niggas. You gotta have at least one.
No, I got 2 now, and both of them are over 40.
Doesn't it feel good to talk to a man that knows what a Roth IRA is?
I mean, no, because I'm not talking about Roth IRAs with my niggas. Unless we getting married, what we talking about that for? I'm excited.
Fuck that, bitch. I be interviewing niggas first date. So what are you into? What's your medical insurance like? Because I'm trying to get on a fucking plan.
That ain't what I'm talking about. The
expensive.
First date. It is. So we gonna start off this week's episode with an icebreaker. So this is where the girls gonna get to know who y'all hoes is.
Ooh, bitch.
I'm scared.
Me too.
So for the icebreaker this week, we're starting off with 2 games. The first one I actually introduced on our Patreon when we had Medina from Cocktails on, and the game is a nice way to say it. That's what I titled it. And basically, I am going to give you some rather awkward scenarios, and you need to tell me what is a nice way you would tell somebody this.
Okay, okay.
So I'm gonna let y'all
who
go.
out of the two of you, just pre-guessing, who do you think is gonna be the nicer one?
Legs.
Me for sure.
Oh.
I'm very classy and very
I wouldn't
sweet.
say classy.
Are
She just
you?
nicer.
Bitch.
So
You can
I
say
wouldn't take it that
tasteful. That's
far.
a good way to say nicer.
so the first one is for some reason men really like to ask if we came or not. What is a nice way to let your partner know that you didn't come when he asks if you came?
You go her. Honestly, I'm too old for that shit. Now, I'm not going to be nice in this situation, motherfucker. I ain't not. No.
I would probably say let's fuck again.
Yeah, that's nice
I was
to
gonna
me.
say the same
That-
thing.
that's
I would
a
just
nice
be
way
like,
to
hey,
say
it
it.
wasn't
Yeah,
this
let's
time,
fuck
but
again.
we can wait. How much time do you need? Does your mouth work still,
really
or
nice.
is
Yeah,
that
I would
also
let them
soft?
know we need to keep doing some things. So
Yeah,
the next,
I was just trying to keep it going.
I'm not. I'm be like, well, what you about to do?
oh, you
We
kicking him
got
out, sis?
Oh, hell yeah. We got
Lex, this is a nice way to say it.
Oh,
We're not
my
being-
bad.
A nice way to say it.
So
What
this
you about
one
to
is.
do ain't bad.
I mean,
That's
that's
a nice
like
way
you got.
of saying get the
That's
fuck
a nice
out.
way to kick somebody out. You ain't, you know.
Facts.
The next one I specifically chose for y'all because I know y'all talk about this a lot with your BDBs, and we're going to get into that later. So what is a nice way to say it? What is a nice way to say a man doesn't make enough money for you to talk to him?
I'm not interested.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, that's nice. That's not without.
That's
So
nice.
you
I'm
wouldn't
not
even mention.
interested.
Okay,
No, I
like
wouldn't
that.
even mention the money because I mean, once he told me his occupation, I'm gonna be like, I'm not interested.
What
I would say
occupation
you
are
ain't got no
doing
money,
too?
bitch. Where your daddy at?
That is not, y'all. That is not nice.
Where your
Well,
daddy
you
at?
bitches
If
are
a
nice
nigga
at
told
all.
me he was a teacher,
I would just say
if a nigga told me he was
you guys
a teacher,
are going through different phases in life. I mean, a teacher.
Okay.
What kind? A professor?
I ain't say a professor. I said a teacher.
Okay,
I'm
so a
dead.
teacher don't make enough for you. Some teachers make like 65, 70. Look at her face. Look at her.
I'm not laughing at the
Okay.
That's after
let me give you
taxes?
this scenario. What about a teacher that makes 70, but they already own their own home and car outright? So essentially, they don't have any bills.
Well,
How
that's
many
fine.
kids-
If
how
you
many
if
kids
you
they got?
making
How many kids they got and how many
Oh, I
baby
didn't-
mamas?
Okay, no future kids, but like let's.
if you making 70K, I better be getting 65 of it.
Bitch, no, first
Bye.
off, he not even seeing 65 because of taxes.
That's
sis.
what I said. That's not after taxes.
Let me tell you something interesting I read about men in the 70K field, which probably most of our listeners make.
Mm-hmm.
Men in the 70K field, on average, are 80% more likely to have more in their checking account versus someone over 125 because they're spending more because they think they have to have better things. And they are saying
That makes
that
sense.
someone it does. So someone at 70K might be able to trick on you.
You know what? But I
They
always
not
tell this.
tricking.
But I always tell this to my listeners as well. I'm like, I would rather have a man that makes like 70, 80K than a man who's a millionaire and don't spend nothing on me.
Facts.
I agree.
Same.
So it's like,
mean-
it really doesn't matter how much you make. Yeah, I know you getting it, but is you spending
That's
it?
a fact. We do always talk about that. Like, it's more so about what he willing to spend on you.
Like, but not only that, I think it's, and I'm abstinent still. I'm abstinent on this podcast. But the
Because of
nigga that I'm
quarantine?
currently, the nigga that I'm currently entertaining, y'all know about him in the group chat or whatever. But he's actually retired, so I don't know what his like salary or income is. But I thought it was really nice. We were talking the other day, and I've been getting weed. Y'all know I've been trying these edibles and dying at home, and so I ordered another 8. But I'm not like the best with rolling. And so, bitch, he came over last night and he had a gift in his hand. And I'm like, what is this? He's like, you said you wasn't good at rolling weed. So he got me a whole like machine that I just put the blunt, like I just put the wrapper in it.
Yeah, and it'll
It
roll it.
grinds
I
it.
saw that. Yeah.
And it makes the blunt for me. And I was like,
Oh,
that
that's
was so
sweet.
thoughtful. And I was like, that
That's
shit cute.
thoughtful.
I bet
That
you
shit
sucked the
was-
Rich
skin off
niggas
that
don't
dick
give
for
a
that.
fuck.
I'm abstinent.
She did.
She
I'm
just
Please,
said
girl.
abstinent.
She was sucking dick for all that droll.
Not for the draw.
First my own weed, bitch. Calm down. He just bought the machine.
Bitch.
But it purple
That was not the
haze.
most Atlanta shit I've heard in a long fucking time. That
What's the
drove.
problem?
We've been
Wait,
out
so
here
what did
too
you
long.
give him? Did you give him a kiss or something?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, like, thank you. Like, I didn't, like, it was just the thought that, like, he heard me, like, he took into his mind that I wasn't the best blunt roller because my shits be loose as hell. But since I'm not passing them, I'm not embarrassed. I'm going to smoke my loose ass blunt and be happy.
But like, she got seeds all in her throat and
rolling
shit.
blunts too.
I
You
be like
not
this.
alone.
Hold on, when you roll the little loose shit, you be
My blunts be loose as hell too. See,
Just like that booty.
So this,
My shit are just always super wet. I hate that shit. And then I be trying to make cones to put it inside the. Huh?
No, her booty don't be wet. She talk about her blunt, Drea.
The blunt.
That
Listen,
booty
I
probably
don't
be
believe
wet
in booty
too.
lube. I know people be
right
saying
after
that shit
Lex
got
said my
mucus in
booty,
the
she
fluid.
said yeah, because
I
my
don't
shit be
believe it.
super wet.
Nah, dog. I don't believe it.
I'm not gonna lie. I
believe-
just shout out to Adam and Eve, who's a constant supporter, and what do we call them? I forgot, but they be doing
Sponsor?
ads on our shit. But I just actually bought some shit using our promo code, and so I bought butt plugs, and I also bought anal lube because I was like, well, there got to be a difference between lube and anal lube, so I'm gonna try it out.
It freezes your ass. I just bought this off Adam and Eve before I left. I felt like it was if you guys are watching YouTube, you can see this, but even though I don't recommend jelly toys because it's like more shit gets stuck to them, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for something hard in my ass. Because what if
that motherfucker is big, Wheezy? God damn.
She trying to open that booty.
That shit gonna be in her small
hand.
intestine.
Girl, shut up. Not interesting.
But see, this is what I went with. I said, let me go with a skinny top. So it's like, okay, it's not that bad. And then wham, when it goes in, you know what I mean? Because most dicks are fatter at the bottom.
Yeah. See, Lex, I feel like you real judgy. I ain't even gonna show you what I be putting in my booty. Because you're gonna be like, that's colossal.
Just go get it.
Put shit in my booty hole.
I didn't get it yet. I haven't gotten my order yet. I want to
okay.
get into the next game. The next game is a quick would you rather. And it's gonna be, this is like fire style, okay, bitch?
Okay.
So both of you, Lex and Drea, would you rather have sex with your favorite celebrity crush once or have guaranteed orgasms for 1 year?
Guaranteed orgasms, because them bitches is not guaranteed.
They not, bitch.
Same, because these niggas for everybody, they easy to fuck.
Who are your celebrity crushes? Just so I know. And you can say somebody you ain't really fucked. How about that? We know y'all be fucking the blue checks.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. No, I've always said this. I say this on my podcast a lot. I have a big crush on Wiz Khalifa. I do.
Bitch, you can't have him. Get off. That's me. Him and Jadena are mine.
You would literally break him. Your ass is
fine.
like
break him.
bigger than the width of his two thighs
Amber
together.
Rose ain't the smallest thing either. Me and Amber, you know, she thick. She a thickie.
What about you, Drea? Who your celebrity crush?
Medina gonna kick my ass. She be ready to fight.
Drake. You about to say Drake, huh?
Yes,
love Drake.
She be ready to fight me over Drake, y'all. She
You
commented
really?
on my
Is
shit
it?
earlier today talking about stop listening to my man every day, bitch.
Is it Drake's? I feel like I'm into Drake because Drake got an energy. He gotta like, bitch. I know
Not
I'm
in
rich.
person. Not in person.
I disagree. I think Drake got the energy.
I got zero swag. Like,
but
when
I
was around
also
him in
think that's
person.
because I like corny niggas. I think that like niggas that own.
I hope your nigga not in the background listening.
Right, bitch.
I like corny niggas. He always be
niggas.
like, bitch, he knows I love me a little geeky nigga. If we ever go out somewhere and somebody be telling me a little goofy joke, he be like, there go my little hoe ass bitch. I know she
I'm dead.
I just think that I want Drake, y'all, because he's literally the only celebrity that I've ever had like a big crush on that ain't slid in my DMs yet. Or that I ain't
feel
fucked
some
with.
type of way, bitch.
Yes,
that was
I
like the
do.
biggest flex that I've
Wasn't
heard in
it?
a long time.
I'm dead.
He's like
the only nigga that ain't try to fuck.
He really is, though. He's the only one that I have that I've had a crush on that has not slid in my DMs, and I've never met him. Can y'all believe I never met him?
It's so
Bitch,
funny.
you are so his type.
I done been in the same room with him, but I've never like met him.
What's crazy is we was in the group chat talking about his type because we feel like he like big booties, but then we look at other bitches he done dated and they skinny. So both Medina and Drea feel like they his type, and clearly they not the same type of body build.
Well, he do like them brown girls.
Maybe I know I'm his type. I already told Medina, a little bitch.
I am.
You better go get that ass
never in the same room with that nigga at the same time. Lex already told her. Lex said, Medina, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Drea and you in the same room with Drake, you gonna be over there contemplating what you gonna do, and she gonna already be over there sucking his dick.
And that's the truth. If you want a nigga and Drea wants the same nigga, you better get to him before she do, child.
Damn. That's funny. So the second question is, would you rather have a sugar daddy who asks for sex a lot or one who asks for nudes a lot?
One who asks for sex a lot. I like to fuck anyway.
See, I don't know. A sugar daddy, how old is he?
I don't care. He about to die anyway.
Don't have to be old. None of my sugar daddies was over 40.
I'm thinking of.
I'm assuming the sex ain't that great if he about to die anyway. I'm surprised you ain't saying
look. Be fucking niggas who
listen. I was about to say news.
I'm gonna say sex because if he's a sugar daddy and he old, he is one orgasm away from death. I gotta make sure I'm in the wheel, bitch. I got a plan.
But why not just send him nudes and then fuck your other nigga?
I mean, I'm gonna do that anyway.
Thank you, Drea. I'm with you.
Both of them.
I'm gonna do that anyway because that's how I am.
Exactly. Thank you, Weezy. Thank you. Finally, somebody who understands.
That was the best video I've ever seen on the internet. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, please look at this old black lady with the cigarette. Oh, I'm gonna do that anyway because that's how I am.
That's how I am, and that's on period.
So the last would you rather is one that's problematic. Guys, this is a kink. It's kind of out the wheelhouse, but it might make you think. Would you rather have sex with a corpse or never have sex again?
Never have sex again. Did y'all see that video on YouTube? I mean, not YouTube, on Twitter, where that lady was talking about some type of one night stand that she had, and a man had ejaculated on her chest, and she had like got a big rash because it was
So the story is they said the only way that she could have got he could have parasites in his semen is if he fucked a corpse or it's something else. And then she found out
a corpse
he
or
worked in a
a
morgue.
pig.
Well, let me ask a question.
Actually, I could play the clip. I do have it readily available. Y'all want to hear it? Has everyone heard it?
Yeah, go ahead and play that clip, Hope.
It's 50 seconds, but this is one of the wildest things I've heard.
It was wild.
Stand stories that'll make you women never want to have a one night stand, but it do. This is a true story. I read about this a while back, but I saw it here again recently. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So basically, this woman meets a guy on Tinder. She goes on a date with him. Afterwards, she goes back to his place. They have sex. She allows him to ejaculate on her face and chest. After that happens, next day, things cool, but then she notices a rash. She's concerned, so obviously she reaches out to the dude who's the last person she has sex with. Lets her know that she's going to see a doctor. She goes to the doctor. Doctor says you don't have an STD. Sends her to a dermatologist. This is where it gets crazy. Goes to a dermatologist. Dermatologist says you have to deal with parasites in the guy's semen who you had sex with. Those parasites can only come from one of two places: either somebody who has sex with animals or somebody who has sex with corpses. She looks the guy up on Facebook. He works in a morgue.
Get the entire fizzuck out of here.
Now that is necrophilia.
Necrophilia, yes. Can I ask all of y'all, would you rather have somebody that fucks corpses or animals? This is real problematic, I know, but I don't know.
How much they tricking?
We gotta pick one.
Because I gotta mind my business anyway. Well, shit.
This bitch said how much she's spending.
I guess animals.
I would definitely say animals. I don't know. I feel like you disrespecting the dead. Somebody could come haunt us while we in the bed. Like, bitch, that's my
I just want y'all to know.
And what if you have a
Yorkie?
Yorkie? What the fuck? It's all bad.
No, y'all.
Peter coming for all y'all. Have you picked one yet, Drea?
No, I don't. I don't think I can.
So I want to get into our vanilla shit. However, it's a story that I got from New York Daily News, but because we've kind of been recording where we haven't been bulk recording so much, I do, whenever we can, want to bring up current event topics. And so without getting too much into the actual people, I wanted to have a conversation with you as well as you, Weezy. If y'all have bitch, if y'all have social media, Future is showing his motherfucking ass. If y'all do not know, Future, what is it? Navadius, whatever
Navadius.
whatever. He
she don't know how to say it.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Oh, the T.
Navadius. Yeah, Navadius.
No, it ain't no
girl.
T.
Your people, isn't he a resident of your town, Atlanta?
Atlanta.
That's one nigga I do not want.
So basically, guys, what's going on with him is it has just been reported that he is indeed the father of a 1-year-old baby girl with an Eliza Reign. And so he recently just
show the YouTubers, by the way, while Mandy's talking, I'm going to pull up a picture of what she looks like because this is very crucial to the story.
Yes, it
How
very
he had
is.
the black ass nerve to say it about this woman. I will put on the screen. Okay.
So Future decided to go on a Twitter rant and talk about how you can't treat a ugly girl like a pretty girl, and pretty much just went in about how ugly this girl looked. So I wanted to make sure we get on board with coming up with first off, I want to have the conversation about, is a man allowed to call you ugly if he beat? Because bitch, you beat though. And I think this go ahead, Lex.
And let me say this. He did not just beat one time. He was fucking with this girl for years, okay?
Yeah.
Ooh,
for years.
It had came out when she first had announced she was pregnant. It came out that she had been fucking with him for like 5-10 years.
Yes, this is not no new bitch of his. This was a bitch that was
I would go as far as to say that this girl is gorgeous. Okay.
Okay. Wait, Weezy. Now.
You said she's gorgeous.
Right.
I really believe that. Like
she all right.
She cute.
I don't think she's unattractive. I don't think she's just okay. I think she's above average looking.
Weezy.
Are you serious right now?
Okay, she cute. Okay, but wait, the conversation is whether a man can call you ugly.
I cannot even believe y'all right now. I literally was just on y'all show last week where you were saying, I don't know why people be talking about this girl's look. And y'all want to tell me that this girl is below average or average?
You know what?
She was below.
I didn't say below average, but I definitely don't think that she's
You know
gorgeous.
who she looked like? She looked like Bambi. She looked like Scrappy
y'all
baby
think
mama.
this girl, this is a picture where she has no lashes.
She ain't ugly. She just
no makeup, nothing. And you think that this is average? How? Do y'all know what the average bitch look like?
Yeah. I live in Atlanta. It's a lot of them, girl. Hold on now.
We see them
I'm shocked.
So why I wanted to bring this up too is I wanted to have the conversation because clearly he is in an open, a public relationship with Lori Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
So my question now is, especially stemming from a lot of us having either abandonment issues with our fathers or our fathers putting our mothers through hell, if you feel like you could be with a man who is not taking responsibility of taking care of his children. Also, do you think it says anything about a woman that is claiming and being with a man that doesn't take care of his children? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes.
Well, for me personally, I feel like I'm 30, so I'm dating older guys. So I feel like I'm not into that bullshit no more. I'm looking for something more serious. Now, I'm not gonna lie. 21, 22-year-old me, do I give a fuck what a nigga doing with his kids? Hell no. Right. Lori Harvey is dating and she doing what she's supposed to do. She getting the bags, the rollies, the trips. She's having fun. Yeah. She has absolutely no responsibilities. Now, as you get older, the type of men that you're attracted to and things that you're attracted to does change.
Yeah, I'll agree
but
with
I
that.
feel like for Lori, she's 21, 22. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing.
I agree with that too. Because I feel like now at this age, no, I can't date no nigga that don't take care of his kids. Like, you brought these kids into the world, you need to take care of them. Whether you like the mama or not. Like, especially with that situation with Future. Didn't nobody tell you nothing, that lady?
Fucked her raw for years.
I agree.
What you thought was gonna happen?
I just know that that's kind of definitely, I feel like a trait that I look into. I know that so many women that date men that don't take care of their kids and for some reason still want to have children with said man, thinking that they're not going to act the same.
I think the grossest part is how we've seen him act towards the kid's mom online. But how do we know he's not taking care of the kid? Is that like a public thing?
Yes, it just came out. Yeah, it just came out.
She said it.
Yeah, this baby is 1 year old, and she claims that she has not seen one dime from Future. So
is it
even
because they haven't had a paternity test?
they
Or
had a
is it
paternity
cute?
It
test.
just came back positive.
Okay,
but
so
still-
she hasn't seen.
He didn't want to take it for a long time.
Yeah,
For a
she's
long
been
time.
asking for the paternity test. He just,
He didn't want to take it for a long
yeah,
time.
he didn't
Right.
want to.
Okay, now I remember this story. I think, to be honest, like obviously this dude is rich. We know he could take care of his kid financially, but really a good father. I think it's not just taking care of the kid. Like, as we've all seen people make jokes online with Russell Wilson and Future and how close they seem in videos and how connected they look. And then you look at Future online and all he's talking about is his bitch. It just doesn't, I don't understand how we can understand him to be such a stand-up guy from that aspect. But I think what it does raise is a great point of everybody online shocked that he's calling this girl ugly, but they date niggas that talk shit about other women all the time. And I think that is a very big deal about when you're dating a man, especially for women. Like, I know everybody doesn't claim to be a feminist or doesn't understand what it means, but the least that you should expect for two things for when you for the way that you know how a man will treat you. One, how they treat their mom, and two, how they talk about women that have been in their lives and or their friends deal with or around them. I've been around men that have talked dog shit about women they've been with. Even if you've had a bad breakup, you shouldn't be talking about that person like shit. And when you see that, that is a shitty fucking quality. Because at the end of the day, they love that bitch the same way they loving you right now. And it can all go to shit. So when you see somebody doing shit like that, which is a big reason that, to be honest, like, you know, we always discuss on the show, married guys or whatever. I think the scary thing about that is like, okay, how good will these men be to me? Not being your side nigga or sugar daddy, whatever. I'm talking about getting in a relationship with someone that has somebody. It's like, well, then what? All of this shit is in essence disrespect in some form or some way. And being public like that, to call a bitch ugly, that isn't. I mean, when you're ugly.
I just say people show their true colors and who they are. So even if, you know, we're bringing up, even if a guy's not married, maybe he, you know, has a girlfriend, or if I do still believe too, you get him how you lose him. That person is always going to be who he is. You either going to figure out how to accept him for who he is, or you got to keep it going. We had a Patreon where y'all know a woman came to me, woman to woman, and I told her she knew what type of bitch. And I told her, you knew what type of dog ass nigga you had, because if I was with that nigga, I would know what type of dog ass nigga I'm with. And so I think
it's so embarrassing to write a bitch. How come you write him back? What?
Like, bitch, and your
my thing is, I feel like women, like, at what point does, like, okay, I understand you want to fuck with a nigga. You've been fucking with this nigga for years. Maybe he doesn't treat women the best. But at what point, like, when you get pregnant, are you like, okay, I want to have this baby?
I think it'd be about the chick. We already done talked about
I do too.
I feel like Eliza thought that she was gonna get a chick.
I mean, she probably still is.
I mean, she did.
I mean, but not to mention, she probably been fucking with him for years, and she's, well, I don't know how old she is, but she looked like she at least in her 30s.
She looked like she almost 40.
Yeah, she looked like she in her
30s.
So I mean, say that that's part of the reason why she decided to keep the baby.
But I'm saying, I mean, we see all the shit that he went through with Sierra, and Sierra has money. Sierra is a prominent person. We see everything that she went through. You see how the shit that he went through with Brittany, his other baby mama, like,
and Joy. And I mean, we ain't gonna list all the baby mamas. Goddamn, it's gonna take us the whole episode.
Right?
You know why they do this though? They're like, I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna take care of my baby on my own.
Well, I think that a lot of women, they go in these situations and they think, oh, well, I'm gonna be the one that's different. And it's not gonna happen. A lot of women go, every time I talk to a woman and she's like, oh, I want to have a nigga baby, and it's something other little baby mamas in the background, they're like, well, you know me, girl. I'm like, do I?
It's pillow talk, bro. But at the end of the day, the worst part about that is, even if you were the one that he treated better, wouldn't you feel like shit knowing that he has 7 other kids that have had moms with traumatic
6 other baby mamas, or whatever the number is.
I actually overshot that number. I thought he had 5, 6 kids.
Oh no, he got like 7. He has like 8. No, he has 8.
How old is Future?
He has, I think he got 9 kids by 8 baby mamas. That's the tally.
Wait, now you know there's another girl has a baby by him. That's the baby's the same age as Eliza's baby. The reason they found out it was definitely Future's baby because they got a test on the girls,
and it's a boy and a girl.
and the kids are siblings.
The kids are siblings, yeah. So it's another girl that hasn't even been addressed yet.
One moment, please. How many children does Future the rapper have?
Siri
I
ain't
think
gonna
it's
know.
9, y'all.
I think it's 9.
You're about to be like, bitch, I don't know.
You know what? I think
Wikipedia said 4. I know that's a lie.
nah.
They ain't updated.
Oh
this
no,
shit.
They ain't
now they
updated
said
it.
6, but that was in 2019. How many
Fuck
kids
that.
does Future have in 2020? Unknown number.
I feel like this is a goddamn spades game. That nigga got 9 and a possible.
I'm dead.
Not 9 in the possible.
Bitch, we might have to reshuffle the deck because bitch, I got all the books. Anyways, I was gonna get into one real quick as well, because we're not gonna do a hors d'oeuvre this episode. So I wanted to get into this. I want y'all to guess the state. The other vanilla shit for this week's episode says mother and daughter arrested for selling 2-for-1 sex services.
Okay.
Guess the state.
Florida.
Nevada.
Bitch,
Ooh,
I'd be
that
so
was a
mad.
good guess.
Florida be embarrassing us.
Oh, did you see the Florida state, the separation thing today?
No.
So there's a picture of the Florida the state, and it says for up north people, this is the difference. And right above the Orlando County line, they call it Florida State, and below they call it Florida State. So you got Florida, which is Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville, Miami, Palm Beach County, all that shit. So we okay.
So real quick,
Where they from?
It says that a Florida mother and daughter were arrested Tuesday and charged with soliciting 2-for-1 sex deals. Police in Boynton Beach said. So that's the south side of Florida. It says that Ramona, 43, and her daughter Daniela advertised their sex special on Backpage.com, an online class. Damn, I didn't even know Backpage was still up.
I thought it was closed.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
bitch. So, yeah, it might be a little old. But it says that they advertised to rock your world with 2-for-1 specials.
With a name like Ramona, I know she suck a mean dick.
Bro,
She on the block a few times.
Not Ramona. So so we know we listen to what's the Freak a Leak. What are some hoe ass names?
Gertrude.
Gertrude.
I'm telling y'all, these old bitches, they know how to get down. They gonna take off them dentures and go to work on your ass.
I ain't never, oh God, I ain't never in my life met nobody named Gertrude.
Pause. You ain't
Me
never heard a nigga say, man, Gertrude suck a mean
No,
dick.
I haven't.
Have y'all watched Hookers at the Point on HBO back in the day?
No.
What were their names?
It's this show where like they basically would go city to city and cover the prostitutes in the area. So they used to do Hawaii, Atlantic City, Atlanta, wherever. And so most of the hoes that was like crack hoes always would take their teeth out, and they would have footage of them like going to suck a dick, and they'd be like, okay, well if I take them out, it's gonna be $10 more. Like, yo,
period.
Do you wait? So
Pornhub
y'all know
has a section of crack hoes.
I will not. Do y'all know of guys that have admitted to y'all to getting their dick sucked with a bitch with no teeth?
No.
First of all, no.
Absolutely.
Do you think they would
I've
admit
also
that
never
though?
inquired.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but the type of men that we date, they ain't gonna be around no crackheads anyway.
They shouldn't be.
They shouldn't, but
They
honestly,
shouldn't be.
But these niggas be horny, and I don't like to give them no credit. So they probably got their
And they're
heads sucked by-
nasty.
Niggas
It's the
be
thrill of like
nasty.
paying
Nasty
for
as
it.
fuck.
She said these niggas be horny.
Gertrude.
Baby Gertrude would have sucked that dick for
I
a
feel
crack
like
ride.
it's all the Ishas.
Not all the Ishas.
If your name got Isha in it, you a hoe.
Mm.
Keisha,
well, you-
Letitia,
Mandisha.
Aisha.
Take your ass on. So the next segment that we're gonna get into, guys, is our hors d'oeuvre. I found this sex tip that I really liked, especially considering I'm abstinent. And when I'm done with it, Lex and Drea, I will be asking y'all for a sex tip. So go ahead and have in your mind what sex tips you have for our audience. But the sex tip for this week is the thigh rub. Nothing turns a guy on more than being teased whilst knowing that he cannot have you there and then. So during your dinner date or a night at the movies, use your hand to gently stroke his thigh with slow, firm movements up and towards his groin. Feel his erection grow and leave him longing for the bill to arrive or for the film to finish so that he can whisk you home and into the bedroom.
I can't do that.
Why?
Because I'm gonna rub on that thigh and start sucking that dick. I
Oh,
can't
but you supposed
wait.
to
How do you
tease.
transition into that?
Very easy.
I mean, a lot of people just don't do. A lot of women expect foreplay, but don't do it themselves because they expect that men are generally going to be the initiator. By the way, shout out to Latasha that we had on. I actually was wondering the other day, Mandy and I, when we were like a few months back trying to figure out new segments, I'm like, where the fuck did hors d'oeuvre came from? I think she made that shit up. So shout out to you and whoever it was on Twitter. But I got one more that I did the other day, and I think that shit was fun as fuck. So I don't know how to spice up sex anymore because I'm tired of like having sex on, I don't know, just outside and in the shower. There's nowhere else to go. So, bitch, I did some whole ass shit. I sent that nigga an Outlook invite because he was acting like he was too busy. And I wrote it for 4 to 4:15 for him to suck this pussy at Central Time. And
you made an appointment to get your pussy ate?
Like a Google invite?
Calendar invite on his Outlook. Yes, I did.
Oh, that's
And
lit.
when he came in the room, bitch, my pussy was spread open. And he was like 15 minutes. And I was like, well, that's the time I need to come. I don't know about you, but you can send your own invite.
You need your own invite, nigga.
Shit. But that shit was fun as fuck. And I'm sure he's on the phone like, yeah, this bitch be spicing it up.
So Lex, we'll start with you. What is a sex tip that you have for the girls?
I actually talked about this on the pod, on my podcast a few weeks ago. We were talking about sucking a dick from when it's a gummy. So,
I hate
fun.
sucking gummy
I
dick.
said the same thing.
but listen,
I like the growth.
I'll say exactly, but I said this is because a lot of girls, they write to our show asking how to deep throat. And I said, whenever you start when it's gummy, it makes it easier to go down because it gradually throws.
That's a very,
in your
very,
mouth.
very good tip.
It is.
Actually.
So it's like you won't gag because it's just slowly growing in your mouth. So sucking dick from a gummy, that's all. That's a good
The fact
word.
that you calling it a gummy dick.
I love a little
Bitch,
gummy dick.
look what the
dick.
fuck I'm eating right now.
Mhm.
Fucking gummies. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. To me, and I've said this on the show, I feel like I'm so used to dick coming rock hard that when it's a
Ooh, I know that's right. You better say that
You better
shit.
get that thing
I'm used to
hard.
that dick coming rock hard, bitch. Sheesh. God damn.
So like I ain't really used to seeing it as a gummy until they come. And then it's just like I'm playing with it because I ain't used to seeing it like that. So that's a very good tip that I would have never gave. So thank you, Lex. Thank you for shouting out the gummy dicks.
Shout out to the gummy dicks. Well, you know, niggas be soft because I be cracking jokes and shit, and they don't be hard yet, but they don't know whenever these titties pop out and his ass coming, this shit about to get real. I gotta get it from the gummy a lot of times, okay?
Honestly, the gummy shit is fun because I like knowing that I did the whole like
I did
turned
that
you into
shit. I did that shit. Nobody but me, nigga.
Yo,
what's good?
The other day, I think I really
about to play
insulted
with
my
y'all.
nigga because I was like, he rarely is all the way soft, but he was on the couch. I pulled it out and I was like, wow, you are a grower. I mean, whoa. He was like,
A grower, not a shower.
I
do
said,
like
but baby, when
growers.
you grow, you grow.
I am.
I do love a growing ass dick. Drea, you got any sex tips for our audience, boo?
Yes, I mean, first of all, I think we all kind of thick or whatever. I don't like riding dick. My knees be hurting.
Okay, so you got
This
some
must
tips
be
for
why
that?
I am okay at it because I am not one of the that you're talking about.
You little slim thick with your cute ass.
Yes.
No, can I be honest with you? How I really was able to start riding dick?
Mm-hmm.
We did a show in Chicago with Taomi where she was talking about like resting on the knee and you got to
Mhm.
use your lower back. But now all I do, not even weights, I just do the squats where you hold in place. Bitch, now I can ride dick easy as fuck.
Oh no.
Are you talking about on your feet?
Yeah.
Listen,
Oh yeah, I like
I
that.
just make sure I throw it back from the back. So it's like, see, I do work. But getting on top, no. So Drea, you got a tip for the non-riding dick girls like
and I got
ourselves?
sciatica, so give me a
Yes,
good
I
tip.
feel like this is my pro tip. I feel like you gotta ride dick from the bag. That nigga gonna come so fucking quick.
It's so much easier.
So
Every
like
time.
reverse cowgirl?
Yes, every time. Like
because
niggas
you
come
can lean on your
clockwork.
front.
Yes, you can lean on your front. You can rub on the balls.
I do
So
like
when
rubbing
you're
on the
riding
balls.
from the top, the reason I think it gets so difficult is because you can't put your body weight, like even your chest, all the way down. But when you get tired, when you're riding dick from the back, you can literally
just
take your
lean
titties
over.
and literally put them on the
Bitch, I
fucking
be
bed
keep-
and then just
And
fuck.
just keep
Well,
bouncing.
y'all know my titties long, so when I lean over, I'll be smushing my titties. Y'all know I be fucking with football players, so I'll be having to look at that black ass toenail. I can't do reverse cowgirl. That ain't for me.
It's
Not the black toenail.
Girl,
Bro.
my niggas toenails be black as fuck, bitch.
Anytime I ride dick from the back, on God, niggas nut in like 5 minutes. It don't never take longer than 5. For real. Like if I be fucking a nigga like
Well, what a way to toot that horn, Drea, again.
Well, I'm not saying the
damn,
whole-
my DMs, my ass.
I'm not saying the whole session be 5 minutes. I'm just saying, like, if we've been fucking for like 10 minutes or something, and I'm like, I'm ready for this nigga to nut, I just get on top and ride it from the back, and then we done.
We done. So you finish when you ready to finish.
That's a pro tip. Oh, and wear a little booty plug too, because you know niggas is visual.
I
They
was
like to
gonna
see
say
that
that
shit.
when you ride,
Booty
when you
plug
do
nice.
reverse cowgirl backwards, you might want to make sure that little Buddha hole look like a clean starfish and not a, you know what I mean?
Who got a dirty starfish?
Bitch, just clean it.
No, but it's not. I'm not talking about shit. But if y'all don't know, hair grows there the same way it grow on your puss. So you might need to make sure the little Buddha hole, the little hairs in the Buddha hole is waxed or shaved.
In the booty hole?
Bitch, not in the booty hole, but around the booty hole. See, right, Lex, thank you.
Well, let's get out of hairy assholes and get to the horrible decision, which I just found out about really like 72 hours ago. Drea and Lex.
That is so. Hold on, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but I was
Go
just
ahead.
talking about black toenail, and he just texted me.
He got a black toenail.
Is that his name in your phone?
No.
That's his new name for the podcast. You got to call him Black Toenails.
You do need to call him that.
Okay, keep going. My bad.
So I had never heard this term before, but this is no slight to y'all. I don't listen to any sex podcast because I'm worried I'll start using some words and it'll like be mine on accident. So I'm on this show and it's Poor Minds. Last week, check out the episode, and these bitches say BDBs at the same time. And I thought they said BDBs like in the back of my head. But they said BDBs. That is B as in boy, D as in dog, and B as in boy again. And it stands for Big Dick Ballers. And then when I was going through Poor Minds, I realized that everybody uses this terminology.
It is like
A term
pop it.
I've never heard. Did y'all coin this term?
Yes, we did.
And it came out of nowhere.
It really came out of nowhere. I think one day I was texting Lex and I had said it. I was like a big dick baller. And then Lex was like, a BDB.
Shot caller.
And then we just started saying it on the show and the girls just ran with it.
They love it. Well, there's a girl that follows me on Twitter. Her actual name is BDB Whisper.
Yes.
Bitch, shut up.
That's fire. Well, I don't know why Manny said it's going to be problematic because really all this.
Oh
is
no, I mean
motherfucking
everything
sharing
earlier
those
was
stories.
well, the talking about Future, if you hold your man accountable, the opening with the icebreaker. Instead, I think I wanted to get back to the roots of horrible decisions with bringing y'all on and literally getting into some host stories. And you guys talk about BDBs all the time. So for the girls, I actually want to know, before we get into some stories that y'all have about any particular BDBs, if y'all have any tips on A, how to land a big dick baller, and B, if you have one or two tips about being flued out.
Oh, we actually have done.
We
2
did an
episodes.
episode.
I know,
on
bitch. I know.
Fluoride.
So for me, the biggest thing about snagging a BDB, this is like the basic. What you have to do is you have to have the look. You gotta have hair, gotta be done, makeup gotta be done, lashes, nails, the body you gotta have the body be right. I'm not saying you gotta have a big booty and big titties, and you don't even have to have that. You just have to have a nice little, you gotta know what you're working with.
Your body just gotta be on.
So you have
I think
to
the
definitely
thing about body too is making sure that your body is fit for whatever size it is. If you a big girl, make sure you got your shit looking right.
Exactly.
If you're skinny as
Exactly.
fuck, make sure your shit
Exactly.
is
So
looking
I ain't
dressed
even gonna hold
accordingly.
y'all. It's like cool, but even if you not the fiest bitch with the flyest body, because I have been that girl, if you walk into the room and own it and
That's
have
what I'm saying.
I
personality,
definitely think the confidence and the personality.
Yeah, I
matters,
mean,
too.
when I say look the part, I just mean like have yourself together and look polished. But you don't have to have a small waist and a fat ass to pull these.
you don't. You do
Definitely
not. You do not. So you
No, you
can.
They'll pay for it if they fuck with you.
I've gotten a lot of money, and my
Hey,
ass, let
fuck.
me tell you, is a B cup booty. Let me tell you what it is, bitch. It fits. It honestly it fits exactly into a man's hand. That's what my booty fit like. It's like one hand. It's like the titty cup fits in, and the bottom of my ass. But you know, that was a great tip.
Yeah, so
because-
you definitely have to look polished, like Mandy said, the confidence. And I think another big thing, because it's easy to get a BDB to fuck you, because these niggas fuck with everybody.
Personality.
The personality. You got to get a nigga to really fuck with you.
You gotta be the fun girl.
No, you gotta.
That's how they will fuck with you.
all the time.
That's how they'll fuck with you for the long haul.
Exactly.
Do not stress them out.
It
Don't
is.
ask no question about other bitches that shit.
No.
is
Yes.
annoying.
Yes.
Because why do it even matter? Why you want to know about them bitches?
I don't give a fuck.
cares?
As long as we going out having fun, I'm getting my money, we going shopping, I'm cool.
Yeah, as long
I've
as-
seen some my niggas showing me some shit that bitches have said to him, and it's like they be
What?
so cheesy where it's almost like they're trying to get like, oh wow, you're going away this weekend. Wish I could have some sun. Like, no, let me tell
Don't
you
work like
something.
that.
You should be upfront. Be like, cool, you have
I
a
wanna
great weekend,
come.
but next time you tell me where we
Period.
going. Like, don't edge on in this unconfident way so where a nigga
I
gotta
don't,
be like,
I don't do that at all anymore. I just
It's
feel like,
corny.
right.
Yeah.
I don't, like when I was talking to one of my dudes the other day, I was like, when this is all over, we're going to Seychelles. He was like, okay, babe, just let me know. I'm not about to be like, oh, well, what do you want to do when this is over? Am I gonna? No, bitch, let the nigga know what you want. Period.
Just tell that nigga what you want. I say that all the time. Like, so many girls be writing us and they be like, oh, I want to get this from a nigga or I want to get that from a nigga. You think bitches that get shit from niggas don't ask? You think they just keep their mouth closed hoping that the nigga gonna do shit for them? Like, no, say what you want. These niggas ain't afraid to say they want some pussy.
Period.
Period.
I
And
agree.
I've said it too. Like, I think that for whatever reason, we love to have the power to say no,
Mhm.
but for whatever reason, we can't accept hearing no.
Yeah.
And once you put in your mind that the worst thing that can happen is this nigga tells me no, that's really not that bad. Okay, but at the end of the day, you put out into the universe what it is you want,
Mhm.
not only from him, but it's what you want. So I think that you need to definitely say what you want if you want it. So
the
I want to ask
scariness
y'all.
is really what has, I think, turned men off and what makes you look corny as fuck. Because nothing
What
is
did you
more
say?
annoying. I said the uncertainty, like the
Oh,
teetering.
okay.
If there's nothing worse than like a nigga posting a picture and be like, LOLs, no invite, no bitch.
No.
Like,
Oh,
That
look,
shit,
my mind went.
LOL.
My
Right.
mind went completely somewhere else. When you started that, my mind went, ain't nothing worse than hopping on a flight hoping a nigga break you off without talking about getting broke off.
And that's
So-
another thing too. Like, why do bitches do that? I do not understand. Like, how you gonna expect a nigga to just? This happened to one of my homegirls. Well, we not cool no more. But like, when we was cool, she agreed to go on a trip with this nigga, and she had told him she needed her rent paid, but they had
Oh,
never
yeah.
had an actual conversation, and he never truly agreed to pay her rent. And then she was mad when she got back that he didn't pay her rent. Talk about she felt like because he knew that she had took off work, he was just supposed to automatically pay it. Like, in an ideal world, yeah, but you should have told that nigga, hey, I'm not going on this trip with you because I gotta miss work unless you pay my rent.
But I've
Easy as
said that on
that.
the show. Even I wrote a book in 2013.
Ooh, my favorite book. That's
You know
how we
what I'm-
came friends.
That is that bitch. We came friends a long time ago.
Yeah.
But in that book, I tell every woman, and you know what? I want to take this down to not only the women that are being flued out by these big dick ballers or millionaires or athletes or rappers. I want to take it down to, you know, the nigga who work at FedEx, the nigga who works at the hospital. I don't think that no man is worth missing out money for. So that is the last thing. If a man is asking you to call off work
Mhm.
or switch your schedule or stuff like that, I think it's important for you to let that nigga know my money comes first, my bills come first. And if you're not paying those things, it's kind of a sign of disrespect
And I'm not gonna go on a trip.
that he would even ask you to take off work.
But that's
I
but
even
that's
think
why I
we
say a
should dumb
lot
it
of,
down to women that just want a trip. I think there are women that just want to go away. Like, I think all of us are speaking from a place of experience where not every, I mean, you said Seychelles. You know how many people don't know what
Where
that
that
is?
is.
Wait, I mean, yeah, like, they're like, ooh, where that is? Is that a hotel?
I'm dead.
Like a Bahamas, a cruise. Like, there are a lot of people that
we
just
had a whole
want that
conversation. I
experience.
was like, isn't
But
it
if that-
Nicolee?
I'm dead, bitch. Well,
But if that is what you want, is money. All I'm
exactly.
saying is,
but I'll
if
say
that's
this,
what you want,
if
yes,
that's
then
what
don't go. If all you
then
gotta
act
do is
like
let
it.
that nigga know up front. And if he say no, then cool. You know you don't need to go. You need to take your ass to work because clearly you ain't got the money for your rent.
And I'll say this: a lot of men, they will try to play with you because men enjoy. They love nothing more than doing the bare minimum and
That's
getting pussy
true.
out of it.
They do.
So a lot of times they gonna try to play you. They gonna ask you to take off work, and hopefully you're not gonna ask them for money. Because a lot of bitches just be like, "Oh, well, I just want to be in his presence, so I'ma go."
Yeah.
No, girl,
Hell
like you
no.
gotta make sure that you're straight, because he gonna make sure he's straight. He gonna get his nut, bitch.
So real quick, we do have men listening,
Mhm.
believe it or not, and maybe some of them want to know. Ooh, I wonder if I'm a BDB. What is a BDB? Like, how much money does this man need to make? How big does his dick need to be? And why would you look at him as a baller? How does a man know if he is a BDB?
To me, a BDB is somebody I can go out with you and I can have a great fucking time. It ain't no like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I want to go here because that's too easy. It ain't no budget.
Money not an issue.
And money's not an issue. And I'm not saying we're going out and spending $5K a night. I can go out with a BDB and we just spend $200 and that just be what it is. You know what I'm
But
saying?
he's not complaining no matter what the
he's
price.
not complaining. It's like whatever you want to do, let's do it, baby. Like, let's do it. And then at the end of the night, we have some bomb ass sex and we wake up and you know what I'm saying? Shit.
So
we
it's
have
a man
fun.
that doesn't make you feel limited, I think.
Right.
Yeah. It's
No,
just,
I have a question.
It's no exact amount that he has to be worth, right? He just doesn't limit you.
I have a question for y'all. So you have advice for women that are getting flued out, stuff like that. Can you tell us about a time pre-knowledge that maybe a situation happened to either one of y'all where you were like, oh my God, where you learned enough
A
to
lesson,
give this advice
yes.
to us?
I got the perfect one.
Go ahead,
Okay.
bitch. I already know what story it's finna be, for real, but go ahead.
You do? Which one
Yeah.
you think it is?
The one where he almost had to call the cops on you at the airport because you wouldn't get out his car?
That's not pre-knowledge.
Oh, okay.
I had the knowledge. That's why we got into that confrontation because he had me fucked up. I need my coins. Stop playing with me.
Okay, so go tell the other story then. My bad. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was like 23 and my best friend Jordan, he lived in New York at the time. So I used to always come out there and visit him. He introduced one of his friends used to talk to this dude that lived out here, he was a white man actually. And
oh, I know what story you're telling.
and he had a whole bunch of money and shit. And Jordan was like, you need to fuck with him because he broke up with his girlfriend and he loved black girls. So I'm like, okay, cool. So he slid in my DM. He like, oh, I'm going to Miami next weekend. This was when I was still living in Houston. He was like, I'm going to Miami next weekend. You should come out. We're going to have a good time, whatever. So, okay, I go out there. He booked us a room at the Mondrian, nice ass little suite. We had a great time. We was going to eat at all these 5-star, expensive ass restaurants. I told him I wanted some red bottoms. He took me to the Louboutin store, bought me some Socates. We had a great time.
The shoes we can't walk in, but that's cute.
Hey,
Girl,
Hey,
I wore them
motherfuckers.
clothes like 3 times. They still in my closet. So yeah, so we had a great time. And then, he wanted to fuck. I wasn't ready to fuck. I'm just like, nigga, like, I don't want to fuck you yet. I'm not ready. He got a whole attitude. And instead of just keeping it 100 about how he felt, do y'all know this nigga just up and left the next morning, left me in a hotel room by myself. And this was before I knew about making sure a nigga book you a round trip flight.
Oh.
So he had only booked me a one-way flight to Miami. Then he left me at the hotel by myself. I had to end up booking a last-minute flight back to Houston. It was like $500. So really and truly, I paid for my own damn shoes almost.
And bitch, y'all know I got $3. I would have had to take them Socates back to get my
I hate
ticket.
you so
Like,
much.
y'all, I was just so fucking pissed. Then he blocked me. Because he blocked me on social media and from his phone so that I couldn't call him and say nothing to him about the fact that he just abruptly left.
Was there a conversation? Did he know you wanted to
as
fuck?
a community, as a collective, and ask for him to give us the money back?
Hold on, you said what?
Can we write him as a community, as a collective, and ask for him to
Bitch,
return that money?
I'm gonna find out his IG. I'm gonna send it to y'all because I'm probably still blocked.
Okay.
Bitch, you shouldn't have hopped on that flight getting red bottoms, 5-star meals.
Bitch, give me his phone number and let me leave a voicemail and be like, hi, I'm Drea Nicole's attorney. We have an issue of abandonment. And if we can go back to 2006 and from Miami, Florida, a young Black woman, might I say, African-American. This is a really big deal in these trying times. And now it's increased to about 3,000.
I am dead.
I will give it to you.
With interest.
15.
I was so fucking mad. Like, I could not believe that shit. I was like, what the fuck, bro? This nigga really left me out here by myself. Thank God I had the money to get back. And I feel like that's kind of something that's fucked up that happens to women a lot. You know what I mean? Especially younger women. They'll go fly out to see these niggas who got money and shit. Then they don't want to fuck. Then the nigga don't want to book their flight back. And then they be straight.
How old were you?
I was 23.
So I want to ask both of y'all, because a lot of our listeners, mind you, I don't know if y'all know, but the Patreon group chat, they be talking about niggas on our Patreon is flying patrons out. So this listen. So I want to ask you ladies, it is lit. I ain't gonna hold you. So I want to ask you ladies, what is the conversation that a woman should have with a guy that's offering to fly them out? Do you go ahead and be like, well, listen, just because you fly me out don't mean I'm fucking you? Or do you ask, because you're flying me out, do you expect us to have sex? What is the conversation that you think needs to happen if a guy offers to fly you out?
Well, these days, if I'm flying out, I'm fucking.
And I'm with Drea on that, because honestly, at this point in my life, if I'm not flying out to you, if I don't plan on fucking, what's the point? You might as well just come to my city, get you a hotel, and we can hang out casually. But if you want me to fly to you, you getting some pussy, nigga.
Except for that last situation.
Now, are these men that y'all have already met?
Yeah. Now, if it's somebody I haven't met yet,
They gotta have a blue check.
That.
They gotta have blue check. Or I gotta see their driver's license. I would do a background.
I don't usually fly out to people I haven't met before. I always usually make like Nigerian bae. Like he wanted me to go to Lagos with him off top. I hadn't met him at this point, and I was like, well, no. But girl, he ended up coming to Atlanta. First date was fire. We were sitting at the dinner table. We were sitting at the dinner table. He bought my ticket to Lagos. He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, nigga, I'm coming. You know, so I always feel like if I don't know you, I'm not flying out to you because I know what you're expecting.
Well, and I would say that that's a big thing too now.
That's a great piece of advice.
Just like if a guy expects you to literally travel through an airport, change up your whole schedule to accommodate him, if you guys haven't met, maybe, you know, suggesting, hey, I don't really feel comfortable hopping on a flight, but you're more than welcome to hop on a flight and come to my city and I'll show you a good time.
Exactly.
Well, you're in a lot more control at that point too. If you you have them come to your city. But I have made the mistake of flying out to someone before I met them twice. And the first one went great, and the second one didn't go so great. And I remember I fucked him. And I remember getting on that plane like, I just want to tell my friends it went well because I don't even want to make them feel like I was unsafe. But I was like, well, damn, what do? I'm in his place. Like, this is what I gotta do. It's hard, you know. I think
it's very awkward and it's uncomfortable. I think a lot of women have been in that position where they fly out to a guy, they think that they can finesse their way and not have sex, and they ended up getting pressured. Something bad ends up happening.
And I ain't gonna hold you. I had a Drea incident where I flew out for a guy. Things didn't go well. I ended up in the hotel by myself, but I was a little ratchet back then. So
back then.
I mean, I don't think I'm as wretched now, but back then I didn't have the money I had now. He did get me a round trip ticket, but just know, because that nigga ain't come back to the hotel, I decided to sneak off with all of his electronics. Ooh. So I stole all his shit and sold that shit when I got back to Atlanta.
Oh my God, Mandy.
Bitch, you not gonna leave me in a hotel?
On my nerves. She always, she just always gotta come with the morals. Bitch, shut up. That's the same shit she did to me with that situation I was in that you was talking about. Cause I found that nigga, he left a debit card in the back seat, and I took that hoe and I sent myself $2,000 on Cash App. Yeah. But then I told Lex about it. She talking about Drea.
No, that's wrong. That's really stealing.
You going to jail, nigga.
I sent. If the feds listening, I sent it back.
You stole from a nigga's bank account. That's like federal. Bitch, I just took some shit that was laying around. And
you probably had more than $2,000 in product.
Exactly.
She's like, I stole a computer, not a credit card.
As if she wouldn't have pawned it.
First of all, they had Cash App back then. So Mandy was like, well, what I'm going to do, buy shit and return it to go back on
say, bitch, I ain't going to hold you. I stole a BlackBerry. I stole a laptop. And this was back when niggas used to have like portable like DVD players and shit that you could play
not
movies.
The DVDs.
I was a long time ago.
I was fresh out of high school, ho. Bitch, stole all that nigga shit. Bitch, I was on.
What did he say?
I mean, I just saw him recently, so he must have forgave me.
That pussy was yanking. He said, fuck that Walkman.
Well, why did he leave you?
I don't know. You know what's crazy? I ended up finding out he was just a hoe ass nigga. And there was another girl in town. Ironically, that other girl ended up now becoming one of his baby mamas. So he was just a hoe ass nigga, and he like was playing the field between two of us that were in town.
But what did he say to you when he realized his stuff was missing? How did he contact?
We didn't talk until years later. That nigga slid in my DMs. And I was like, does this nigga know that I'm the same bitch that stole his shit? I don't even know. Because we met on Twitter. Now he's sliding into my Instagram DMs. I don't know if he know I'm the same bitch. I don't know.
Nah, I'm fucking
I swear to God. So, well,
you got tattoos. He got to know.
But I'm not going to lie. Now, because we've talked it through and we're like really cool now. We talk about mental health and all.
Not the mental health pussy.
Bitch, because you had none then.
No, so like now when we talk, he's like, damn, we've really been through a lot. We known each other for a long time. I'm like, you've seen me through my growth.
Come on, bro.
Mandy had a BDB with BBM.
First off, I'm dead. Anyways, before we get out of the BDB conversation, I want to know if y'all have any more tips or any more things that maybe a bitch should not do, should do. What would you suggest to a lady that wants to really get into her, I would say her hoe bag? Because a lot of these men, I think we deal with not really with any expectations of a relationship or moving forward. So a lot of our listeners listen to the show and is like, ooh, I want to go through a hoe phase. Ooh, I want casual sex. Ooh, I just want a baller. I want to fuck a blue check. What advice would you give to a woman who's literally just looking for that and nothing more?
I'll say this. I think the main thing a lot of women need to stop doing is like getting on Instagram and thinking you got to look like, Miracle Watts or Bernice, and stop looking at other women and what they're getting. A lot of times you gonna fuck with a nigga who don't like giving you money. So, but he don't mind taking you shopping. Like I have a nigga, he don't really care about he don't really like to give me money, but he don't mind buying me stuff. So, I get what I can from each situation. I enjoy it.
I don't get that shit, but if it makes you feel better,
right.
Fuck it.
I guess they just feel like it's not like they not a trick, but it don't matter.
I ain't gonna hold you, bitch. I don't need money no more. So y'all,
bitch, I need it all.
Bitch, but you already know. I'll buy a little luxury thing and be like, ooh, I wear luxury. And then nigga, I actually want this too. So I'm letting niggas buy me that.
And niggas love to see you with some shit already. That make them want to buy you more shit.
If they see you already got it. But not only that, I feel like women, we need to not be afraid to say what you want. Like, don't be timid and be yourself. Like, I feel like a lot of times they get scared, like, oh, I don't want to ask him for nothing, or oh, I don't. Now, don't be a beggy bitch. I'm not saying be begging niggas for shit, but I feel like I let niggas know, like, you make sure I'm straight, I'm gonna make sure you straight, and we gonna enjoy each other's company, and we gonna have a good time. I feel like there's nothing wrong with letting a nigga know, why you here, because we know why we here. It's like, it can be fun. It can be a fun experience.
You here to pop that pussy.
I'm here to pop that pussy. You here to spend them business. It's gonna be fun. And it's like, and women, like, they think, oh, I'm fucking with a nigga, he worth $80 million. I'm gonna try to get a G-Wagon. Sis, that's not gonna happen 9 times out of 10.
Not off the real.
So I feel
stop
like
Googling the net worth.
Yeah, stop Googling the net worth and thinking this is what
you gotta Google the net worth. I
mean,
I would hate to fly out to go see a nigga that only got 200,000 in the bank.
He might be a trick though. He might spend.
He ain't gonna buy me a G-Wagon. No, I'm playing.
Well, I do want to go back to what Drea said real quick. There was a dude that bought me like a really expensive purse that I had, and it was out of random. And I was like, "What made you think I like I wanted this?" Right? I was fucking around. Of course, I want the fucking YSL bag, but he was like, "Oh, I see your lipsticks YSL. Like, I see your little makeup shit. Like, I see how you roll." That I will never fucking forget, because it's not even like I threw it in his face. It wasn't just the one bag I had. He saw the things that I had in my home. He saw the different way that I was like picking out food in a restaurant. So it's like, okay, when you show that your taste level is at a certain place, then men know they have to fuck with you in a certain way. Don't be like, oh my God, we finna eat escargot. Bitch, Google it.
Right.
Have some of it before.
Escargot. What if they said escargot?
And I always tell the girls, and be ready when they take you shopping. Don't be walking in fucking YSL being like, can I get a size 8? Like, no, bitch, you need to know
the European side.
European size is
That's
big.
a good
You
tip
need
too.
to know what bag and shit you want before you walk in the store. You need to already have that shit saved in an album on your phone.
I do have one little counter thing, and I want to know how you guys feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're fucking with a corny sugar daddy, like a secret arrangement type of guy, I actually think they kind of like when you a little okie, like, oh my god, back. Like
Now I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes
they
do meet a BDB that like putting you on. Like, we have a character on my show. His name is Big Papa, and he liked to buy me shit or whatever. And like, we went to the, I'm about to bring up the watch.
fucking brother,
because he got a Richard Mille. So, Richard Mille are like, they start at 6 figures. Like, it's an expensive ass watch. So I seen his wrist and he was just all iced out, got all this shit on his wrist. And I was just like, I got to get my shit up. He was like, oh, don't worry, baby. I'm going to get you right. Like, some niggas like doing stuff like that. Like, they like putting you on like, oh, this is this designer. This is this. And you should wear like, some men like that.
Especially if you're in college. Or they know, like,
that
you just work a regular job.
Right.
And do like to be Captain Save a Hoe. They want to make it feel like they putting you on the shit. So just know, you got to kind of know the type of dude that you're dealing with.
I think also they'll kind of bait for it too. Like the first time that happened to me, he took me to this restaurant that I had been before. And he was asking me questions like he wanted the response. He was like, oh, have you ever had a porterhouse? And like he did this thing. I was like, I don't think so. Oh my God. Like, and then I was like, oh, he likes this shit. Now, facts about this man. He was shorter. Not saying that means anything, but dick wasn't all there, right? And he wasn't that cute. And I feel like he needed that stroking by me getting excited. There are going to be certain men, and it's honestly, probably you'll notice from the repertoire of the women that they've had around. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that you're a prize,
right?
You can tell when you the first bad bitch a nigga done ever had. It is so obvious. But it be so good because that's the ones you can get so much out of. Like, so fucking much.
I don't think I ever fucked with no nigga while I was the first one.
Look at you. You're annoying. You know what? I hate you. Anyways, Drea, shut the fuck up. I want to get into, before we get out of here, we don't have a hoe mail today, but we have a hoe confession. And the whole confession for this week is revenge of the cum.
Oh,
so y'all be
must
ready.
Have shot in her eye.
This is some shit. Okay,
mind
y'all. Everybody say hi to Bodie.
Oh hell no, not crackhead
Kitty.
Y'all my friends
crackhead
because
kitty?
I got him from a crackhead.
$20.
Oh, that's true. Oh,
she got him for a crack rock.
Call him crackhead.
Maybe you got her from Dentures Diane.
From Gertrude sucking dick.
What is it from
she
Ramona?
Have to suck a dick today.
Ramona and Daniela.
So y'all, revenge of the cum. So I kept having sex with my ex after we broke up, like most people. Hold on. Don't just be fucking her ex. Hold on. Anyways,
most people.
She said one day.
You said she did that. I ain't the only one.
Yeah, one day his car was down. So he told me that he was about to walk around the corner to his uncle's house for me to pick him up because his baby mama lived around the corner. So I thought back. Toward the end of our relationship, he kept saying he was over his uncle's house. But he always thought that particular uncle was corny. I thought it was weird, but thought maybe he just wanted to get away back then because he didn't have any friends since he wasn't from Detroit. I put it together at that moment that he was cheating at the end of our relationship with his now baby mama because she lived around the corner from his corny ass uncle. On the day that he told me to pick him up from his corny uncle's house, he walked around the corner from his baby mama's house. I had sex with my baby daddy not even an hour before he called, and he came inside me. I didn't even get a chance to shower before my ex called me. When he said that part, revenge clicked on. When I picked him up, he stuck his finger in my pussy and put it to his mouth and said that I tasted good and then proceeded to eat my pussy.
Girl.
Yeah, it was good, all right. You was eating my baby daddy's nut. PSA to all men. Don't play with a woman because we will get you back in crazy ways.
I kind of love
Now
this,
that's
though.
fake. That is
Signed
fake.
the Detroit Unicorn.
She sent a picture of herself. I feel like I remember this girl.
I remember her picture.
She has
I
the
remember
energy
meeting
like
her.
she would do that to you.
You said she looked like she would?
She has a little bit of Erykah Badu energy, and I feel like
Oh.
Badu would fuck you like this.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
I could agree.
So before we get out of here and before we let all of our listeners know where they can check you guys out, have y'all ever done anything for revenge?
I'm not spiteful like that. Like if a nigga do something with me and I don't fuck with it, I move around. I'm not a spiteful or like I don't try to get revenge on people. And that's with family, friends, niggas, all of it. Like
Same.
if
Carry the
somebody
weight.
does some, I don't like that negative bad energy weighing on me because I feel like that starts to drag me down. So if somebody does some wrong shit to me, I just move on. I take my L and I just keep it pushing.
Drea, can I ask you a question?
That
If
comes
you,
with happiness, though. That's not an easy thing to say.
Drea,
Yeah.
if you know a man cheats on you or is lying to you, have you ever felt the need to cheat back or lie back because he did it to you?
No, because I'm not really a cheater. I just feel like if a nigga is cheating or if I feel like I gotta cheat on you, I'm gonna just break up with you and not fuck with you no more.
I cheat because I want to, not because
I
you
was
know you
gonna
don't
say
cheat.
I would do it.
I mean, I'm a
Yo,
cheat anyway, but I'm not doing
like,
it
you
because
know
you
when-
doing it.
You know a nigga's lying, and you like, I'm not gonna be able to catch him, and we doing all right. So let me just cheat.
Yeah,
And
whatever.
I'm not really a vengeful person either. Like I don't really do stuff for revenge.
Look,
But
your
I am-
co-host is looking at you like you lying on
That hoe
horrible
know
decisions.
girl, that hoe know I'm not lying. Ask her what have I ever done for revenge.
She popped up on the island getting gold no spray tan.
But that wasn't for but see that's what I'm saying. So I guess my idea of
If
being
you're like you one up the
vengeful,
nigga, it's not revenge.
yeah, it's not like I'm going after you, but it's like, okay, you felt like you could go on a trip with a bitch. You felt like you could take a bitch on a trip.
No, bitch, that is exactly what we
So,
were talking
That's
about.
revenge. That's revenge, bro.
But okay.
But we wasn't together no more. So it was
But
just
you
kinda
did
like-
it. You just
Out
did.
of spite. You did
felt
it
like
out of
you could go on a
spite.
trip with a bitch.
But I don't feel like that's that bad because I didn't take it too far. I didn't fuck.
No, yeah, she don't be taking it too far, but she definitely does.
But I'm also
She makes some. She
but
makes
I'm
some
also a
posts.
Taurus, so we're very calculated.
We not doing the stars and moons. Not on this podcast.
I'm dead.
I'm just saying, I'm very calculated.
You know what, Drea will post that salmon and let a nigga know she at STK. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, we do the stars and moon, okay?
I post the little rolly, the little arm. You know how they be saying bitches love to show their little part.
I hate that. I hate it.
That Drea gonna do
With
that
the
shit.
salmon
Yo,
in the background.
Shout out to Drewski Too Funny, how he posted the bitches on Instagram like, Bae's so annoying. He can't stop playing 2K.
yes.
He got another bottle.
Did y'all see when he put his foot on that mat and it was an owl that
And
said
it was an OVO. We know you saw that, sis. You can't wait to
That
step
was
on an
very
OVO mat.
Atlanta.
You know that's coming on Drea Close Friends real soon.
Real quick. Real
All
quick.
is.
So before we get out of here, something that you are sure to hear every Poor Minds episode is Lex hitting them vocals, and bitch, you ain't hitting none yet. So I don't know what you've been tuning to, what you might be fucking to, what lets us know that we a real ass bitch give a fuck about a nigga. But could you drop some tunes for the girls
What you
before
want me
we
to
get up
sing?
out of here?
I would like for you to sing "Return of the Mac."
Oh my God.
Let's do it.
Fuck.
I don't know
bitch.
all the songs. I don't know all the words to Return on
It's
the
okay.
Mac.
We only need a couple
Just do the
lines.
intro. You know the intro.
Wait, let me look up the lyrics. Can I look up the lyrics or is
Yes,
that cheating?
sister. Yes,
I'll be
sister.
your background.
No, bitch,
Drea-
that was something you know. We don't want to.
Drea-
This isn't karaoke.
Yes, it is.
Drea, I'm gonna let you do the ad libs, okay, sis? I'm gonna be quiet. Now we need to. This is how we gonna leave off on the show. Lex, whenever you ready, baby, give it to
I'm
him.
ready.
Baby.
Cause I know the words now. Okay. Well, while I try to tell you so.
The intro.
No.
We
Okay. Wait, you been made my day. We getting excited. Y'all can tell this is our favorite part of the show.
Yes.
Okay. My nerve.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Well, I tried to tell you so, but I guess you didn't know.
Didn't know
As the story goes,
how it goes.
baby, now I got the flow.
I got the
Now
flow
Cause I
got the
knew
flow.
it from the start.
from the start.
Baby, when you broke my heart, that I had to come again
Come
and tell you that I am rare.
You lied. Oh, my bad.
You lied to me.
Like, you
all
know
those times you
what
said
you
that
sound
I
like right
love
now?
you.
You
Lied
lied
to me.
Yes, I tried. Yes, I tried.
You sound
I'm
like
dead.
the black version of a white 90s alternative band.
Oh,
You know how they be like,
Cher.
yeah.
Be the black version of Cher. bitch.
Everybody always say she sounds like a black
I just want to hit
Cher
this
or
last
Celine
note,
Dion.
and then I'm gonna be done.
Okay, hit the last note.
But
sis.
I do. That's all I wanted to say. We done now, y'all.
Okay, I'm gonna add a little applause in this bitch. Hold
That was
on.
great, ladies. Tell
All right,
people where they can find you, and tell them we didn't even get to discuss it because we've been having so much fun with y'all. What Poor Minds is about.
Yes.
Honestly, Poor Minds, believe it or not, is not a sex podcast. We really talk about everything on there.
She said, "Believe it or not, bitch."
Because we
Or
do
not.
talk about sucking dick a lot, but it's like we talk about a lot of like our personal lives, how it is dating. Drea's in her late 20s. I just turned 30, and how it is like dating in Atlanta. Dating men with money, dating men who don't have so much money. We talk about
Who talk about that?
relax.
She said, "I'll be dating these brokies."
I'm
That's
dead.
you.
And we've had episodes we talk about like, mental health issues. We just really talking about our lives, sex, dating, relationship type stuff. So yeah, you can listen to Poor Minds every Wednesday. It's on all platforms. You can follow us on Instagram. It's POUR_MINDS.
Which I love. So if you're looking for it, think of you pouring wine into a glass.
Yes.
So guys, if y'all go back to see Lex and Drea on the podcast, at that point their show was called Wine Down Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So the
Way better
pour,
name now.
the pour in it comes from pouring a glass of wines, Poor Minds, making those decisions, maybe a little inebriated after a couple glasses of wine.
You know what I'm saying?
I
The
love it.
crossover. I'm so glad you ladies came because I think that I had a great time, last week on your show. But like I said, your episode was one of my favorite solo episodes that Mandy has. So I'm just glad that we all got to do it together.
Yes,
if you
it's
guys
been a long time coming.
want some more of Lex and Drea, go check out Poor Minds. We're going to put their handles in the description. And if you want more horrible decisions, you can enjoy this 5-minute clip. That's all you're going to get after this show. But you can go to patreon.com/horrible decisions. For $5 a month, you get bonus episodes. I did a fucking workout last Saturday with everybody. We go on Zoom and we have live episodes. That's a new quarantine. I don't know if we're going to keep that up, but I feel like we should. It's fun as fuck. We just do our episode on Zoom, bro. It's like, it's the best.
And we've
It is
had,
fun.
I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna talk about it, but I liked having maybe 100 people in there. The 250 was a lot. I think we ended up having about 200 people the last time.
Do y'all put everybody on mute?
So we put everyone on mute, and then either Weezy and I will tell them to raise their hand or put a thumbs up, and that's how we know they want to speak. So it's really dope because we've got to hear stories from our patrons. We've had a swinger couple come on and talk about how they're going about, having sex during quarantine.
Everybody's just like-minded and fun, and it's
talked about curved dicks with a whole room of people.
Yo, niggas in there was talking about their curved dicks. It was great. But if you want to check us out, it's patreon.com/horrible decisions. You can't search horrible in the search bar because it's rated X as in extra slutty, but you can type it in. We love you guys. Enjoy this clip, and thank you for listening.
Thank you guys.
Bye,
And this has been another episode, I gotta leave it this way, of Horrible Decisions. Peace.
Bye.